one of the things that's raised quite frequently amongst trainees is the feeling that the MSF and the MCR are not dissimilar. And a lot of people are asking, why do we need to do an MSF as well as an MCR in each rotation?
Yeah, a good question. I get asked that a lot. We feel that the MSF, the multi-source feedback, gives feedback from a broad range of contributors. So outside of the consultant body, and actually it gives a trainee lots of feedback and points that they may want to consider or put into their self-assessment that's then reflected against the MCR, because they're using feedback from other sources. So be it nurses, secretaries, para specialties, your peer group in relation to training level, trainees at a lower level. You know, it's the only way, unless you're getting defined feedback on teaching, to get feedback from the people that in your firm that are below you and how they feel you deal with them. Anonymous feedback in relation to, and because that may not come up with the MCR, because the consultant's perception of what it looks like may be different. So I think it's really, I do think it's really important. The MSF is there to assess professional competence. It's there to assess probity, health. It has a safety assessment, because it's about multi-professional team working environment. It focuses on constructive feedback in the workplace that can be given. You know, seniors, consultants can still give feedback within the MSF, but as I said, other juniors and your peers giving first-hand feedbacks that are specific aspects about how you deal with clinical care, what your record keeping might be like, you know, what patient safety considerations you give. Are you very good at it? Are there points for development? What's your decision making like? How does your decision making come across? What's your communication like? How does your communication come across to other groups? It's much broader than that, just that the consultant body see, and that's why it's there. It feeds back into the education supervisor. He can get an interpretation to raise. Is there a point of development here? But also within the self-assessments, you can back up some of the evidence. You've got to say, I think I do this really well. Look, lots of other people think I do this really well, because that's been fed back to me. The MCR is a much more holistic judgment by those who inhabit the consultant role. So the trainers are simply assessing you against the defined level of seeing that as a day one consultant, or when you're appropriate for phasing training. They're the people there to assess your readiness for consultant practice. The MCR can use bits of the MSF if you provide it, if the trainees provide it as part of their self-assessment, or that the educational supervisor may give comment to it as part of their notage at the end when they're signing the MCR off. The MCR is all about assessing you towards your readiness for consultant practice, and it also makes a judgment about the quality of your educational, your quality improvement work and your research work. Far more defined aspects that aren't assessed in the MSF. You're not expecting one of the physio colleagues from the ward to give impact on your quality improvement, unless that's a way to raise of something that you've done in corporation. So in vascular surgery, how something is done well about their interpretation and assessment, ensuring that amputation patients rehabilitate appropriately. It's not just about the operation. You know, people's interest in how well their wound heals, what the stump looks like. Is there a way that they can get some grading assessment about how good that they are? That sort of stuff could come out from a conversation and feedback within an MSF. It wouldn't necessarily appear in an MCR, but it could get referenced and put into the MCR. So hopefully that explains the importance of the MSF. Reiterate, all of these questions come up, and I completely understand why people ask them. The important thing to feedback on, and hopefully it's come across, is that they're there for developmental benefit. The whole purpose of the portfolio is to document development towards the standards, a higher level outcome that is that being a day one consultant. That's the beauty of the 2021 curriculum, is that it allows that. So these are things that are done for benefit, the benefit of a trainee's journey. And so what should that journey entail? We'll start off by reading the descriptor, the guidebook. That's the curriculum, that's the syllabus. Read it, see where you are, and progressional. And the important thing from the trainer's point of view is that I think feedback is the most important aspect, how you give the feedback and how good in quality that feedback is. And if you're giving points for development, that's surely got to be better quality than just carry on doing what you do.